The Ministry of National Defense and Border Security seems like they're copying and pasting previous budgets, and the numbers really didn't make sense. I highlighted this in my budget presentation both last year and this year. In terms of the new personnel, in terms of what was required in supplies, and it just didn't make sense. And so it's not a surprise to me, Madam President, when looking at these numbers again today, I'm looking, the Ministry of National Defense and Border Security is asking for $3.3 million more, or 15% of the $19 million that was budgeted earlier. It's a significant ask in terms of new spending, Madam President, and I think I wanted to highlight that. But also, I think we have to look at it in terms of what we were trying to achieve in March. What we had in March, Madam President, is that I think we had around a margin of less than 1% of revenues, of expenditures over revenues. And so there was a very small financing gap that was required. And I think that spoke to fiscal discipline. I mean, we were trying to really balance those numbers. And so now that begs the question, Madam President, when you throw $100 million, $106 million on top of that, what does that mean in the larger context? Does that mean that we've thrown that fiscal discipline aside and we're saying, well, let's expand the deficit? Or does that mean that we brought in unforeseen or unexpected additional revenues into the system and we'll maintain those ratios